This is the Nerf Ultra Challenge.
Me and Eddie have got experience. We used to play this when we was younger.
I'll let the blaster do the tongs.
AFTV, Mo, wasn't it good to see a great Arsenal performance today against Chelsea? A game that everybody expected us to lose. I don't know where to start. Great performance.
Yeah, this feels so different, Robbie, honestly. How long has it been since, I've done this with you and we're actually speaking about a proper victory? I just feel so good. Honestly, you forget what it feels like. You forget
I've forgotten. I have forgotten. I've forgotten that what it's like to win.
Yeah, man, I'm not familiar with how good this feels. Honestly, that's how bad it's been. I'm buzzing. I'm so happy. And it's one of those things where, it's Chelsea as well. Nobody likes Chelsea, so it makes it even sweeter, man. And you look at our results recently. It's ridiculous. The last, God knows how many games, only 2 victories, United and Chelsea. It makes no sense. It makes no sense, man. But honestly, what a brilliant game today. But
what was the difference today?
COVID. That's what it was, Robbie, wasn't it? Because you tell me, if it wasn't for that, what lineup would Arteta have picked?
He might have gone for Willian. He probably would have had David Luiz in there. Definitely, I would have thought. But Willian might have been in there. You're right.
Yeah, and the thing is that a lot of people after victories, they never want any negativity, and I get that. But I do think it's important to look at the kind of like a full situation after a victory and how you kind of got there, because we have to be very honest. And I think that we've seen time and time again, Arteta's decisions have cost him. I think, I've always said to you, Robbie, that Arteta can be a good manager. And even if he left Arsenal, I'd kind of say, look, thank you for the FA Cup win and all that sort of stuff. And I think he can go and be a success elsewhere. But it's his decisions that I think have put him in a position where he should have been sacked by now. Constantly the wrong decisions, the same old decisions, the wrong decisions. And today the decisions were taken away from him. And I think that was the difference. And for me, I just think that with certain managers, even Alex Ferguson, at the start of his Man United career, there was a period where people were talking about him deserving the sack. And he didn't get the sack, and he went on and obviously had a great career. And I just think with someone like Arteta, not that I'm comparing at all, obviously, but what I'm just saying with Arteta is maybe today it will just open his eyes. And maybe today he'll look at it just like all of us did and say, yeah, there's a difference. They're sharper, they're hungrier, they're more motivated. And if Mikel Arteta dares to revert to type and against Brighton, or whenever these senior players who aren't putting in the effort, whenever they're fit, whatever game that is where they're available for selection, if he reverts to type, drops the youngsters, drops Martinelli, drops Emile Smith-Rowe, he won't drop Saka anyway, but drops those players and puts in the old guys who aren't trying, then he deserves to be absolutely just slated. So he has to learn from this. And this day, this COVID impact could actually be a huge blessing for him and his Arsenal career.
You could also, though, say that even though with the COVID thing, and yes, that meant that there'd be no Willian, etc. But it was still quite a brave one to go with Smith-Rowe, because he could have, went with Willock.
No, I don't think it was brave. No, I don't think it was brave, Robbie.
Smith-Rowe was superb. Like you said, Martinelli, outstanding. He's the guy who's providing the spark. And actually, that then made the senior players step up. I thought Lacazette today was absolutely brilliant. I thought Xhaka, wow, where's that Xhaka been? Yeah. Robbie, he played very well.
I don't think it was brave to start Emile Smith-Rowe. I view it as the opposite. Look at our chances created. Look at how little we've done from open play. Every game, you do not play a number 10 and you dance around that middle section of their final third and you put in cross after cross after cross. Every time you do that, that's a brave decision. And for me, today was the right decision. It was the sensible decision. I've said it in previous weeks. If you're not going to play Ozil, play Emile Smith-Rowe. Because we need that. It's so clear what we lack. And it was the energy as well today.
Yeah.
He clearly looked comfortable in that. Exactly. But Emile Smith-Rowe clearly looked comfortable in that position. and he knew when to press, when to not. He did brilliantly in his energy, him and Martinelli and Saka. It was absolutely brilliant. And as you say, Granit Xhaka, the way I am as an Arsenal fan is I don't care who's at the club. I always want them to succeed. Even Willian, as much as I didn't agree with the signing, as much as I hate seeing him on the pitch, I always want him to prove me wrong, because it's always more costly. It's always more difficult to get rid of a player, get someone new in and for them to succeed. I'd rather just see success in what we have. So even Granit Xhaka, as much as I am not a huge fan of him and how his career has gone at Arsenal, I want him to succeed. And hopefully, but I've said this a million times before, hopefully he'll push on and kick on from this, because he was very good today. And another one as well that not many people have spoken about was Rob Holding. I thought he was great today.
He had a great Rob Holding. I thought also Murray. I felt a bit sorry for him giving away that penalty, because he looked absolutely knackered, right? But before that, I thought he looked solid. Yeah. And Kieran Tierney today, I thought. Yeah,
it's brilliant. Look,
what a performance. And Bellerin.
Yeah, but with Rob Holding, I feel like I was very nervous going into the game against Timo Werner. I thought Chelsea are definitely going to put his pace against Rob Holding and try and make Rob Holding turn. Rob Holding did very, very well against Werner and his pace, and there were moments where Werner was running at him. So massive credit to Rob Holding today. As for Pablo Mari, when he got that yellow card, I thought, oh, crap. But he dealt with being on a yellow for such a long period very well.
He looked like an experienced campaigner, didn't he?
He did, he did. And on another day, he might not. But today, let's give him the credit because he did. And with Bellerin as well, he did very well. I'm still not sure, when it was 0-0, he had the chance to square it to Moore Smith-Rowe. Was it a bad pass? Was Smith-Rowe on his heels a little bit? I'm not sure. I was a bit frustrated by that. But then he went on and did brilliantly. But for me, Kieran Tierney, as well as Bukayo Saka did, and he meant it apparently, as well as he did, Kieran Tierney was my man of the match. He embodied everything that was right with Arsenal today. And it wasn't just effort, it was end product. When you look at what he did for that penalty, it's just that level of game management, of that tactical nous, that game nous that I just want to see from players. He knew that when he cut inside and he had made the defender spin, that if he comes across his body, then he knows he's going to be in for a good chance of winning a penalty. And you saw the defender fall over, kind of fall into the challenge after after Kieran Tierney went down. And to me, that's what the difference was in getting that penalty or not. And that was all Kieran Tierney's really, really good work. Thought he was absolutely brilliant. And I'll put it in my caption there. He's Captain Tierney for me. I don't care who wears the armband. For me, my captain and who should be captain is Kieran Tierney.
Yeah, no, he's outstanding today. We've got to follow this through now, Moda. This has to be a turning point now. The level of energy and the level of play that they showed today and the bravery in playing that, they need to now carry that into Brighton, into West Brom. This cannot be a one-off.
Yeah, exactly that. And listen,
minimum requirement now.
Yeah, we have to win the next two games. This one, had he not won, I don't think it would have been fired, but there would have been unbelievable pressure. But for me, no pressure should come off. No pressure should come off the next two games. You can't just, we beat United away and then went on a 7-game winless streak. We can't just beat Chelsea convincingly and really, really well and then go on another one. We have to be consistent in winning our games. This cannot be the anomaly. So there's absolutely no pressure that has come off. Arteta, as I said before, he absolutely needs to start Emile Smith-Rowe. He needs to start Martinelli. He needs to start Saka. And he needs to learn not just from these individual players, but he needs to learn that the experienced guys, they're not playing how these guys did today. And he needs to extrapolate that when it comes to people like Reece Nelson, when it comes to Willock. Give youth, hungrier players that are more on job. He needs to give them more minutes. But listen, man, I just want to say, Saka, Martinelli, Emile Smith-Rowe, you took your chances, all of you today. Long may it continue. Finally, a happy day for Arsenal fans, and this holiday season isn't ruined.